Yahawashi, bahasham, double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom, in peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. So, Brother Mashal, coming back with another video. A quick hit, it'll be in transit as well. So, Lord willing, in the scriptures, a paraphrase you can pull. But this is, a lot of you adulterous niggas are going to be put to death, man, by the Lord. A lot of you adulterous ninjas are going to get put to death. Okay, adultery is unacceptable in any form. Even the thought of adultery, Yahawashi said you've committed adultery in your heart already. If you look upon a woman, of course will be married. What is adultery? Let's start by defining it. Adultery is a woman that's married getting with another man other than a husband, or adultery is a man, whether single, married, ready to mingle, anything like that, with a woman that is married, right? It doesn't matter if the man's married and he wants to go and get another woman, that's lawful, right? We don't push that as expedient. We don't say that's something that we should be doing in this time, especially when we've got a lot of ministerial things to do, but ultimately there's no law against it, okay? Now, a woman cannot get more than one man, right? And that's, if you go take it back to the ancient time, that's talking about in a whole lifespan, in a whole lifetime. Right, that's why it was so important as to the so-called body count doctrine. What's your body count? There was no such thing, right? There was just, and the same goes for man. You're not meant to get a woman and put her away. You're not meant to get a woman, pop her, then put her away, throw her to the wayside. You're meant to, once you get a woman, that's your duty, responsibility to protect, to provide, right? But all of these values, have been cast away in this new so-called modern world. And it's meant to be all liberating, all free, but everyone is more fucked up, more depressed than ever, right? Now, Exodus, I think it's 20 and 14, it says, thou shalt not commit adultery, right? It also says, jealousy is a rage of a man. If you commit adultery, and you've seen it, I remember doing a video a while back on a guy that caught his wife doing some unspeakable acts in bed with another man. he was coming home from work late, so he was busting his ass, probably to get her nails done, get her hair done, and she wants to go thought about. When you go into the scriptures, when you go into the judgment thereof, that is completely and utterly worthy of death. Okay? Now again, we don't push, or rather we don't push out the judgment in this time. It's the Heavenly Father. We're not under the law. We're not in our land. There's no judgment that happens straight away, and that's partially why it's so rampant. It says Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully setting them to do evil. So because people aren't getting put to death in the middle of the town centre, for stepping out, for being adulterous, they just carry on. Everyone carries on. There's no consequence for their actions. So like you have a kid, if you have a kid, you just keeps eating cookies, you don't tell him to stop. There's no punishment. You don't get a whooping, or he just steps out bad behaved. He's just gonna keep doing that shit because he's not being corrected, right? So that's the law is slacked. Brother Azam brought it out at camp recently. The law is slacked, and the judgment, correct judgment has not gone forth. But the devil's been put in that rulership position as a judgment, right? As a judgment unto us. And ultimately, he is a minister. He's a minister unto the Lord for good. You understand? He is ultimately a minister of the Lord, meaning he serves the Lord, right? He serves the Lord through pushing out certain judgment, right? He doesn't go all the way, but if someone gets, they still have the death sentence in Babylon, but it's very lenient, very lenient. But again, this is a time of faith, because you're not getting put to death straight on the spot. We have the illusion that we can do whatever we like and don't get judged for it, right? Those in the faith, we know, and that's the trial. The trial is you've got all these limitations on you, so-called, but then they're not being physically enacted. So it comes back down to a matter of faith. But adultery is unacceptable, man. And any brother, so-called brother, any ninja is really what you are. Nothing but a ninja, grimy ninja, running around in the world, any brothers, so-called, get caught doing adultery,